Hi, my name is Joel Kate. I work for CAL FIRE and I am the CAL FIRE Forest Assistant Specialist for Mariposa, Madera, Tuolumne, and Calaveras counties. It is my job to help landowners take advantage of CFIP, the California Forest Improvement Program. CFIP allows qualifying landowners to undertake projects on their property to improve fire safety and forest health and to receive reimbursement from CAL FIRE to cover most of the costs. This video is meant to provide an overview of the program, but without going into a lot of details. The 47-page handbook shown on the left can provide you with the details. It is available on the CAL FIRE website. Google CAL FIRE CFIP and you will see a reference to the PDF formatted document. Another important goal of the video is to encourage you to contact me to discuss potential projects on your property. Discussing your project with you and helping you to define and plan them is my job. I look forward to hearing from you.
CFIP stands for the California Forest Improvement Program. CFIP is a cost-sharing program to aid landowners in improving fire safety and forest health on their property. The primary purpose of this video is to introduce you to Joel Kate, Mariposa County's CAL FIRE Forestry Assistant Specialist. As he said in his introductory video clip, Joel's job is to assist county landowners who wish to participate in CFIP. We also want to provide a program overview of CFIP, list some potential landowner projects, and tell you how to get started on a project. CFIP's purpose is threefold. 1. To encourage private and public investments in forest land. 2. To ensure future high-quality timber supplies and other economic benefits. And 3. To protect and maintain forests for present and future generations. The program reimburses landowners for work accomplished at a rate of either 75% or 90% of the cost. The program is entirely voluntary, and work can be performed either by contractors or by the landowners themselves. Here is the story on eligibility. For a landowner to be eligible for the CFIP, they must have a minimum of 20 acres of forest land. That forest land must be 10% occupied by native trees. Structures and gardens are not excluded from the 20-acre minimum. By this, we mean that the acreage holding a residence and other structures can be counted as part of the 20-acre minimum. For land to be eligible for the CFIP, it must be zoned for uses compatible with forest management. Land not zoned for timber production must have been maintained by the owner for 10 years. As for eligible acreage, the practices which comprise your project must cover at least 5 acres. All CFIP projects must not involve the sale or bartering of forest products. The first step is to contact the CAL FIRE Forestry Assistant Specialist, or FAS, for Mariposa County to determine eligibility and funding availability. Next, Google California RPF for a list of registered professional foresters near you. Contract with the RPF you have chosen to write the CFIP application package. The package contains the CFIP application, the project description, and maps. The FAS will schedule a field visit to your property to review the project for eligibility. The FAS will submit the application package if the project is eligible. The FAS may request a final application package containing needed revisions. The project will then be ranked. Those with the highest ranking will be funded. The last step is contract signing. A contract will be signed by CAL FIRE and by the landowner. Note that funding is more likely at the beginning of the fiscal year, which is July. When the time has come to execute your project, the first step is to hire a registered professional forester, probably the same one used to construct the application package. Have the RPF formulate an ownership-wide management plan. The choice must be approved by the FAS and will be one of the following: a full management plan, a mini management plan, or a pre-existing CFIP or NRCS plan. The RPF must execute the CEQA review procedure. The RPF must submit the environmental review checklist, the archaeological addendum, and the biological assessment. After FAS approval of CEQA completion, the project may begin following the management plan. You may perform the work yourself or hire a contractor to do it. After the work is completed, there must be a field inspection by CAL FIRE to ensure that the resulting project execution matches the plan. Following a successful inspection, you will submit a CFIP invoice to CAL FIRE along with proof of payment to contractors if applicable. Reimbursement will follow. Here are some of the treatments that are reimbursable under the CFIP. The management plan, having an RPF formulate a new one or modifying an existing one. RPF supervision, on-the-ground oversight of contractor efforts. Site preparation, removal of vegetation that could compete with planted trees. Tree planting and the purchase of seedlings or seeds. Pruning, cutting tree limbs for fire safety or wood quality reasons. Release, applying herbicide on seedling or sprouting vegetation, or the removal of undesirable and/or non-commercial vegetation to allow for the increased health and growth of desirable vegetation. Slash disposal, piling and burning or chipping of slash resulting from other treatments. And pre-commercial thinning. Looking at the table inside the CFIP guide document and skipping over things like management plan formulation and RPF supervision, there are usually 3 lines per treatment, reflecting difficulty and cost of the treatment. A light treatment is defined as a simple operation. Examples might be grubbing or light pruning. Examples of a medium treatment might include a light hand crew or light mechanical fuel reduction. A heavy treatment is defined as difficult work. For example, a hand crew on a steep slope or heavy mastication. On each of those lines, there are 3 dollar amounts. The cap rate, which is the upper dollar limit on contractor costs per unit, as well as the 90% cost share or the 75% cost share per unit, depending on the agreement. Here are some images showing a couple of examples. Shown here are some treatment results. In the upper left, we see the result of pre-commercial thinning in a stand of pines. The image at center left shows what is left when a slash pile is burned. In a year or 2, there will be no sign of the burn scar. At bottom left is a mechanical release, meaning the use of a mastication device to rid the treatment area of ground fuels. The image in the upper right shows pruning. In the image at the bottom right is a planted seedling conifer.
Hi, this is Jolt again. All of this may seem complex and difficult for an inexperienced landowner to deal with. But remember, you are not alone. You have been supplied the project goals and objectives in terms that you understand. As the Forest Assistant Specialist, I will provide advice on what CFIP treatments apply to your objectives and what CFIP allows and doesn't allow. The registered professional forester will devise the plan, will help work the process as the effort moves ahead, and will provide supervision of contractors when needed. And the contractor, who is both licensed and knowledgeable, will perform the work as specified in the plan. To summarize, this is a collaboration in which we will all work together.